Hello, I'm Brian Dennison, Wheeling Jesuit Sports Information Director. Thank you for joining us today for our Wheeling Jesuit University Men's Lacrosse Media Day. Here with us today is head men's lacrosse coach Jay Southern to our left and four-year starter senior Evan Johnson to our right. I'd like to open the media day just with some opening thoughts from Coach Southern about the season, the upcoming season, and the 2013 lacrosse team. Coach?
We're real happy where we are right now. We had a good fall. We've been working hard since mid-January, and the guys are working very hard. Kind of tired of beating each other up. Looking forward to getting started. We open up with Seton Hill here next week. They're top-ranked team in the country as well as the conference, and kind of a rival of ours. And we like where we are as a team, and looking forward to getting started.
Good, Coach. We've added some depth to our roster for this season. Can you tell us a little bit about our roster and the depth that we have added?
Yeah, this year's. Last year was a good year for us, but we did lack depth overall. And luckily enough, we didn't have too many injuries last year, so we kind of skated through. But this year with the new rules, you have to have depth. We're going to play a lot more guys. And I think, the depth we brought in will allow us to do that. And we have a talented group. Not only do we have numbers, but we have some talent in that group. And, I think it'll bode well, when we're trying to get to the playoffs at the end of the season. If we do have a few injuries, that depth will help us get through.
Good. You mentioned last season. And in 2012, Wheeling Jesuit was named the NCAA Division II's most improved team. With that under our belt, what are the goals for 2013?
Well, I think each year you obviously every team has their own goals, but I think for us each year we want to get better and better, and I think we have done that. Last year was a great year as far as improvement. Now we're at a point though where improving is just not the only thing we want to do. We feel we have the talent to be a top-level team in the country, and so our goals are set high. We want to be top of our conference. We want to be in the NCAA playoffs, and we want to try to make a run at it.
That's good. Evan, you've been a big part of this team's growth over the past few years, and how excited are you to see the direction that the program has moved and is moving in your time here?
I'm very excited. It's the first time that we can really get up and down the field and scrimmage 10 on 10. Before, we've had a roster of maybe 25, 26 healthy guys. So it's a huge deal to have that full roster, and it's after the results of last year, it's really attracting the attention of recruits and people who are interested in the sport, which is very good for our school.
Great. As a senior leader on this team, how successful do you think this team can be in 2013?
I definitely think we can be very successful. The goal is definitely to make a run at our conference playoffs and maybe the NCAA playoffs. And personally, I think our main goal should be taking each game one at a time. And when we focus on each game that way and succeed in each game, we're going to get where we want to be at the end of the season.
Now, you mentioned the conference playoffs. After moving from the talented ECC conference to the ECAC, what are the differences you anticipate between the two leagues?
Well, we're going to see some of the same competition from Lake Erie, Seton Hill, Mercyhurst. The competition is going to be very good. And then that opens up our out-of-conference schedule to play in the South and the talented teams down there, which we didn't necessarily get to do in the ECC.
Good. And being a senior, how would you like to finish up this last year at WJU? I mean, what are your personal goals to finish up the last year?
Playoffs, definitely, both conference and NCAA would be a very meaningful ending for me, and just a great winning season.
And also one more question before we leave you here. The team camaraderie and chemistry. How well has this team gelled together? And is it the same residual effect from 2012? How you guys gelled together real well and made a nice push at the end of the season, become the Division II most improved team. How is the team chemistry, and how are you guys doing inside your team right now?
It's very good. It's probably the closest it's been in the 4 years I've been here. We even on campus outside of practice, we're always together. we leave the lunchroom together, we go to practice together, and it's it just built off last year. We welcomed the freshman class in, and it's going to help us a lot as the season goes along.
Thank you, Evan. Back to you, Coach. We are entering a new league, Coach, and what are your thoughts on the teams to look out for? What do you like? Give us a rundown of how you think the teams are, how the conference stacks up.
I think it's definitely a move that there's originally we loved being in the ECC. I have nothing bad to say about the ECC. The talent level was fantastic. It really was. It kind of made our team better playing that caliber of competition. But what I think is nice is the ECAC is more of a regional conference for us. It's kind of in our own backyard, and I think as the growth of the game progresses, you're going to start seeing this happen in other areas of the country. And I think it was about time for us. And I think there's enough teams adding, and I feel our conference right now may be young, but it's still very talented. I mean, whenever you can have the Mercyhurst, who's generally ranked in the top 5 every year, winning national championships. You've got Seton Hill, who's a top-ranked team. I think you got us right behind them, and then Lake Erie's a scary team. You got Lindenwood, who's going to be good down the road. I think they're really going in the right direction. And then you've got Ohio Valley. Coach Struss did a nice job with them last year as a first-year program. And then you got 2 new programs that we don't know a lot from, but I think their coaches are working very hard to build those teams up. So I think maybe on paper we might not be from top to bottom as good as the ECC, but those are teams that have been established for many years. And I think our league in general, it's only the first year, so I think with time we can hopefully strive to be a conference as powerful as the ECC, and I think we will be.
Thank you. Any closing thoughts, Coach, on the team, on certain players, guys to look out for before we exit the interview?
I think the big thing is I think for our team it's something we've tried to do when we recruit too is obviously you want to recruit great players anytime you're recruiting, but I think chemistry is a big thing. There's a lot of teams that have a few standout guys, but they don't play well as a group, and I think I have probably too many names to list as guys to look out for because I think most of our guys are very good, and I think we all play very well together. We might not have one guy that scores 50 goals a season, but I think we might have 10 or 12 that have 20 goals a season. So, I think we have the nice thing with us is we have a lot of guys that can beat you in a lot of different spots, whether it be at attack, midfield. We've got a very good close defense, from the first guy to the third guy. We have a senior captain at the Lompoc midi position. We have 2 seniors at the D midi position. We have a senior goalie. We have a very good junior goalie backing him up. So I think across the board, I think we're talented. And, I think if we, kind of like Evan said, if, the chemistry remains the same and gets better, I think on the field, you're going to see some great things out of this team.
Well, Coach Southern, Evan, thank you for your time, and good luck and the best of luck to you guys for the 2012 or 2013 season.
Thank you.
Thank you.